trapped. A desperate cry for help tears through the freezing mist. Amidst the unforgiving, towering cliffs, survival now hangs by the very tips of its hooves. One fateful slip, a precarious dead end. The mountain has never held any sympathy for weakness. The onset of isolation, as the herd disappears behind the bend, the impulsive thrill of youth vanishes, giving way to a cold reality. The great cliff, once a boundless playground, now turns into an inescapable maze. Even a keen sense of smell cannot catch the scent of its kin amidst the crosswinds lashing against the mountainside. Every hesitant step forward only plunges the little creature deeper into isolation. It has strayed from the safe path, and nature is rarely forgiving to those who wander astray. The line between life and death. And then, the worst happens. A crumbling surface, a momentary lapse in focus, and the tiny body slips freely toward the abyss. Two front hooves claw frantically at the unforgiving rock, dangling on the fragile boundary between life and a bottomless chasm. The realization of gravity has never been more visceral or cruel. Even if it manages to summon the last ounce of its strength to pull itself up, the toll is absolute exhaustion, both physical and mental. The depths of despair, but the mountain is not done. Thick fog rolls in like a dark curse, swallowing all visibility. The sky shifts to the cold, bruised blue of an approaching storm. The young goat tucks itself in, shivering on a ledge barely larger than its own hooves. It squeezes its eyes shut, resigning itself to fate. Sometimes the greatest threat does not lie in the abyss below, but in the despair gnawing from within, stripping away the very last will to fight. The mentor and the leap of faith. Right at the darkest moment, an imposing silhouette pierces through the mist. The mother has returned, towering on a higher ledge. She doesn't reach down, nor does she attempt to carry her young. In this world of vertical cliffs, no one can carry the burden of another's survival. She offers the only salvation possible, an anchor of spirit. Looking up at that steadfast figure, the young goat rediscovers the rhythm of its instinct. Muscles compress. A decisive leap tears through the empty space. Hooves bite fiercely into the opposite ledge. In that singular moment, it doesn't just cross a geological divide, it conquers the boundaries of its own fear. Reunion and the lesson of the herd. A gentle touch of noses between mother and child is the only comfort on this desolate peak. There is no fanfare. Survival itself is the ultimate reward. The young goat has returned to the ranks, but the mountain never sleeps. The journey of survival now expands from the desperate struggle of an individual to the disciplined march of the collective. The Great Chasm and the Leap of Maturity. A massive geological fracture slices across the trail. For the adults, leaping across the abyss is an instinct honed by years of weathering the elements. When its turn comes, the young goat no longer hesitates. The painful lesson from its previous misstep has crystallized into pure resolve. It launches itself across the void, landing with perfect precision. In that fleeting moment, it truly sheds its innocence to step into the world of survivors. The dust storm and the living fortress. But nature rarely grants a reprieve. A ferocious dust storm suddenly strikes, lashing violently against the mountainside. Amidst the wrath of the elements, the true strength of the herd is revealed. They huddle tightly together, pinning their ears back, forming a living fortress to shield the young. Nestled in the dark hollow of an overhang, the little goat takes refuge in the warmth of its kin. It finally understands, in this unforgiving wilderness, unity is the strongest shield of all. Crossing the slippery ice, the storm clears and the white ranks press onward up the spine of a slick, icy slope. Each cloven hoof carefully bites into the limestone and frost. The young goat now strides with confidence, moving in perfect harmony with the generations before it. It is no longer a lost, fragile creature on the brink of falling. It has learned the rules of the mountain, marching proudly forward as a true warrior of the herd.